NBC.
Hey, Goldie.
What?
You want to join a group?
Oh, all you guys do is just monkey around.
Right. Recently, the Department of Agriculture allowed the meat packers of America to put chicken meat in their hot dogs.
Is nothing sacred. The great American hot dog is chicken.
No wonder weenie lovers are up in arms. The chicken has replaced the great American weenie.
Hey, now I'm confused. Which came first, the weenie or the egg?
Everybody's talking about the silly chicken weenie. It's really absurd, kid. A weenie's no bird, kid. Out and out murder to the rank murder. Why would anybody mix a doggy with a chickie? That really is foul, kid. It's making us howl, kid. Ow, wow, right out the out. You may dig your spinach and custard. Chicken doesn't make it with mustard. We don't want no chicken weenie now.
How do you make a Polish weenie? Easy. First you steal an ugly chicken.
Why did the weenie cross the road?
Oh, for some foul reason.
Item, Haiti, voodoo. Priests are casting spells by drawing chalk circles and nailing weenies to the door.
Last night for dinner, I sent out for some finger-licking weenies.
Oh!
There, take this super weenie, you yelling yo-yo.
Come out of that chicken coop with your hands up.
Oh, man, ain't nobody here but us weenies.
Item, Detroit. One of the nation's leading meat packers has just recalled 100,000 weenies for defective beaks and claws.
Foxy Loxy, the sky is falling. Who are you? Weenie Little I am.
Item, beautiful downtown Burbank. The Burbank Zoo was wiped out last night when meat hijackers made off with the chicken.
Chocolate sauce on turkey is swellish. We don't dig our chicken with relish. We don't want no chicken weenie now. It really isn't kosher. We don't want no chicken weenie now. More your chicken knockers. We don't want no chicken weenie now. Ow, right out, ow, woo!
You ever try to pluck a weenie?
Good heavens, I think you must be coming down with weenie pox.
And now, from the bridal suite at the beautiful downtown Burbank Zoo and Lingerie Corsatorium, NBC opens the cages and releases a herd of laughing hyenas known as Rowan and Martin's herd of laugh-in hyenas, starring the head keeper Dan Rowan and his delightful and faithful #1 boy, Dick Umgawa Martin, with special guest wildlife, the Monkees, who tonight will be seen in the clever disguise of Davy Jones, Mickey Dolenz, and Mike Nesmith. Plus these recently brought back alive delights, Judy Carne, Arte Johnson, with Ruth Buzzi, Henry Gibson, Goldie Hawn, Alan Suze, who tonight will appear as the beautiful and talented Joanne Worley. And the following new trophies, Jeremy Lloyd, Teresa Graves, Byron Gilliam, Pamela Rogers, and yours truly, Gary Owens, with Morgul as the friendly drow, who tonight, for the first time anywhere, will sing in his own voice.
Fuzzy.
Wuzzy.
Backwards, it sounds like...
Wuzzy.
Fuzzy.
I'd be tickled to death to find out.
And don't come back.
And now, direct from the Garden of Eden, here are Dan Rowan and the apple of his eye, Eve Martin.
Thank you. Happy you could all be with us tonight.
Thank you. It's tough to get 10,000 people in here, but it's...
Hey, I'm certainly happy you could make it.
I'm always happy when I can make it.
What I meant to say, Orville, was that I haven't been seeing you around lately this week.
Well, I've been catching up on my reading. You know, there's a bunch of fascinating items in the Farm Journal.
You've been reading the Farm Journal?
That's funny, so have I.
Isn't that a coincidence?
You know, this week there's a story about a farmer who has a chicken with 3 legs.
I didn't see that, a chicken with 3 legs.
Yep, poor thing thinks she's a camera on a tripod.
Oh, now that'll make a mental case out of any chicken.
Well, the farmer's going nuts because every time she lays an egg, he has to focus her.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Now, I suppose, according to the cue cards, you're going to tell me that he also has a cow that drinks.
Now, if you don't think that creates a problem, you know, because comes milking time, she sits on the stool.
That's what they mean by contented cow.
I'll say she's contented. Every night, martinis, martinis, martinis.
She drinks martinis?
Well, one morning the farmer milked her and got 4 quarts of stuffed olives.
Oh, dear. Now, how could a cow give stuffed olives?
One at a time and very painfully.
Oh.
A petition has been put before this district court requesting rezoning on the basis that this court is too near the airport. Counsel in favour of the move will please state his case.
Yes, Your Honor. There are many of us who feel that the planes are too close, such that they provide too much noise over the entire...
Counsel for the opposition will now speak.
Your Honor, whoever made this petition is completely out of control. For one thing, we're easily half a block away from the airport, and most of the pilots are really nice guys.
You have been heard. Now the bench rules.
One moment. How can the court make a decision when I can't even hear what the court is saying?
The bench is...
I can't hear anything you guys are saying because it's all together too loud.
The bench is not able to understand the council's request due to the...
Down, we're trying to run an airport next door.
Time now, folk, for another letter to laugh in. $2 are already winging their way to Arthur Brehob of Indianapolis, Indiana, for these 2 dillies.
Dilly, dilly.
All right. It works out to about $1 a dilly.
Tyrone, you sure know how to pick a dilly.
If he tries to pick my dilly, I'll break every bone in his body.
Talk me into it, you smooth-talking little beauty, you. Oh, no, that was a dilly.
I've got some good news and some bad news. First, I had a date with Myra Breckenridge last night. Now for the bad news. Neither of them showed up. Think about it. Now remember, right after stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni, I get to do me solo, okay?
Cabana.
Backwards sounds like...
Cacabon.
That's easy for you to say.
No, not really.
And now, let us pay.
Now, that's a big girl.
Hey, who said there are no more worlds to conquer, no more mountains to climb?
Richard Burton.
Well, I really didn't want an answer. It was a rhetorical question.
I know, that's why I retorted.
Yeah, well, be that as it may, to those of you who think there isn't any new ground to plow, I would like you to realize...
Sounds a lot like Richard Burton again.
There is always room in the world for new enterprise. And so tonight we hail... the Esquire Travel Service of New York. According to Newsweek magazine, these chaps are offering, and I quote,
A $1,000 Las Vegas divorce package, which includes a lawyer and a sightseeing trip.
My goodness, something like that makes the whole thing worthwhile.
I think so, but there's more. Some of our Canadian cousins are offering something just a shade more enterprising.
Oh, what's hot in the frozen north now?
Well, the Los Angeles Times has this item about a used car dealer in Vancouver, British Columbia. Quote, Joe Hargett has gone into the divorce financing business, and his ad says, no money down, 30 months to pay, and only a 2% fee.
Oh, I'll see you later. I'm going to go get married.
You're going to get married?
Oh, sure. The way I figure it, you see. For $1,000, I can subscribe to Esquire.
That's true.
Fool around in Joe Hargett's car for 30 months, on a Las Vegas sightseeing trip, have a New York lawyer for a lookout man. When I return to Vancouver, collect my 2%. Let's face it, I can't pass up a deal like that.
Oh, you got a memory, too.
Yeah.
Boy, with Dick's brain, he's gonna go a long way. Sure, all the way to Vancouver with a layover in Vegas.
My pedal pine tree. Head hung around. I brought you this bunch of flowers. I brought you this box of candy. Like a book on fairy tales.
Board meeting in 2 minutes, Mr. Schlosser. And the chief says to hop to it.
Well, now, perhaps you are a bit overweight, Mrs. London, but don't let that worry you. And you shouldn't let these remarks that people make about your weight disturb you. Why, for heaven's sakes, you should realize that many people, very often, are cruel and unthinking.
So true.
And those remarks should... Now, you just lie right down there, Mrs. London. Well, now, look what you've done, you big, fat slob.
Hey, paper. Get all the latest news. Paper, all the news.
Wow! Man, it says here that Huntley and Brinkley are gonna do the news in the nude.
Oh, yeah? In depth?
No, just about up to here.
What's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard?
Oh, no, no, no. Here's the laughing news. That's the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard.
From south of the border we say, there's more to this life than only what's been news across the nation. We have got the information in a way we hope will amuse you. We just love to give you our views. La-da-dee-da, ladies and gents, Landon looks at the news. Only
And now, with the news of the present, here's the man to whom the news wouldn't be the news without the news. Here's Dickie Bird.
That's just Dickie, no bird.
Oh. Here's a man without a bird. Here's Dickie.
Okay. Washington, D.C. A highly placed official of the State Department declared today that if the United States continues to sign alliances and peace treaties at the present rate, should World War III break out, we would find ourselves fighting on both sides. You get that? The Burbank Wife Swapping and Volunteer Firemen Association answered a record number of house calls last night in spite of the heavy rain. Underline that one. Hollywood. Some of the biggest films of the recent years will be combined in a film festival next year. Truman Capote will write the screenplay for Sister George Meets Butch Cassidy and Shows Her True Grit. Hey. Take it away, Goldie.
let me help you tonight. I'll say it, and then you repeat it, all right?
Okay.
All right, here with the news of the future 20 years from now is Dan Rowan. How was that?
Not bad, Danny boy, but keep up the good work, and someday you'll have your own show. Maybe. I mean, don't call us, we'll call you. Maybe.
Sorry. You gone now, Goldie? Berlin in 1989, 20 years from now. With space travel becoming commonplace, the German government today announced its first commercial passenger flight to the moon. Safety instructions posted in the cabin were as follows. In the event of an emergency, the crew will throw out the excess equipment. The first-class passengers will throw out the baggage, and the second-class passengers will throw out the third-class passengers. 1989, 20 years from now. A plea for a stricter motion picture code was made today by Jack Valenti in The Nude before the Producers Guild, who rated his body X.
Now, laughing news goes clanking through the halls of history to the days of King Arthur's court, when knighthood was in flower.
Sire, I am Sir Lancelot, and I am here to be knighted.
Sire, I am Sir Galahad, and I am here to be knighted.
Sire, I am Sir Gawain, and I am here to be knighted.
I'd best hurry. Any fool can see the nights are getting shorter.
Aloha, sports amigos. Here's the sportscaster.
Kumba Chero.
Most likely
place
to
of
be a
yours.
sport in his own house. The one and only old numero uno himself. That old Big Al. Take it away, you numero uno.
Huh. Big Al here on the old basketball diamond. Featurette. Oh, good heavens, someone's caught my tinkle. Again? Oh, lock the doors and bar the windows. There's a tinkle snatcher in our midst. Oh, well, the show must go on. Tinkle, how I do miss it. I just returned from a hectic 5 days in Spain where I took part in the running of the bulls. Believe me, those bulls aren't running away. They're running around looking for people. If there's anything I can't stand, it's a hateful bull. Snort, snort. I had a narrow escape. I almost got gored in my frioli. Oh, the pain in Spain. Heavens to Elizabeth. After last week, I'm convinced the only good bulls is a 2,000-pound hamburger. Adios, amigo.
Hollywood news tells us who does what to who, what they do it with, where, and how.
Boy, that sounds exciting. Who does what to who with what, where, and how. Excitement plus.
For all that information, here's the big news from Tinseltown. Here come the scoop. Here comes the scoop. Here comes the scoop.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have any news for you tonight.
Here it is. Here it is. Look, celebrity tennis tournament today. A record crowd was on hand to see Steve McQueen win 3 straight sets from his wife.
It can now be reliably reported that today Steve McQueen beat his wife badly in full view of a large crowd.
I have some good news and some bad news. First, I got the lead in my school play. Now for the bad news. We're doing Mr. Roberts.
I wouldn't work for Lawrence Welk. I wouldn't work for Lawrence Welk. You and your big mouth.
Taxi!
Z, brah.
Oh, that's really a big girl.
Let's go out on the porch and neck. Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Morrison. I thought you were Marion.
Oh, that's all right. Marion's in the den with her father. Want to go out on the porch, little fella?
Is it either or either? It's either.
And now stay tuned for Letters to Laugh In, presented every afternoon, Monday through Friday at this same time on NBC.
Why are you mixed up, Gary? It's Monday night. We're on Laugh-In. This isn't one of the Letters to Laugh-In programs. I mean, that are seen every afternoon, Monday through Friday on NBC. What are you trying to do? On NBC, Gary, you trying to sneak a plug or something? Shave up, kiddo.
I was.
Tootsie.
Roll. Sounds like a candy maker's daughter to me.
Board meeting in 2 minutes, Mrs. Schlosser. And the chief says to shake a leg.
All right. You know, I've been wanting to do this a long time, you know that.
Well, Mr. Llody, I think you're suffering from an Uncle Tom complex. Without further ado, let's go to the party.
Well, why don't you go ahead? I'm going to wait for further ado.
He'll be along in a minute.
Well, in that case, why don't we meet him inside?
No, I got a better idea. We'll go in and wait for him.
No, I got to go to the party.
Okay, I can't go. You're invited.
Hey, how would you like to come up to my place for the evening?
Promise you'll be good?
Good, I'll be magnificent.
We spent $35 million on the space program. Now, some people say we should have given it to the poor.
Oh, now what do the poor know about running a space program?
Dan? My boyfriend and I went to a computer dating service and found out we're absolutely incompatible. I guess we'll have to give up the apartment.
Boris is a lousy bridge partner. The only time I know what he's holding in his hand is when it's under the table. On my knees.
Oft when the shepherd is elsewhere, as he seeketh his sheep, it is the eunuch who fleeces the flock.
Teresa. Hey, baby.
Oh, yeah, baby.
You know I had a terrible nightmare last night.
That's too bad, Dick. I had a beautiful dream.
Well, in my nightmare, I was up to my neck in quicksand. What was your beautiful dream about?
Oh, about the same as yours, only you were George Wallace.
Say, Goldie, what do you think about the population explosion?
Well, it's okay with me, Dan, as long as I don't wake up the babies.
I went out with this girl last night. I'm not saying she was frigid, but every time she opened her mouth, a light went on.
My boyfriend looked me right in the eye and said he loved my new see-through blouse, which just proved he didn't really like it.
I say, why shouldn't Rackle Welsh play a man in Myra Breckenridge?
Well, I can give you 2 good reasons.
Oh, yeah? Well, that only answers half the question.
Just my luck, I'll end up with half that shaves.
Well, wait, is Raquel Welch really gonna play Myra Breckenridge?
Yeah, and I'll bet she wins, too.
Somehow she just doesn't seem right for the part.
Yeah, but them parts sure seem right for her.
My poor boy married an awful girl. He has to do the washing, the shopping, and bring her breakfast in bed. But my daughter now, she married a wonderful man. He does all the washing and shopping and brings her breakfast in bed.
You know, I'm terribly disappointed in American women. Everything about them is plastic. Plastic bosoms, plastic surgery, plastic hair. I took a girl out last night, and when I squeezed her, she said, "Mama."
You know, Hollywood's making a movie about the war in Vietnam. Yeah, but it runs too long.
And it's way over budget, and they can't seem to find a good ending for it.
Sounds like they took the plot from the Pentagon.
There's no stopping progress. At St. Paul, they put fluoride in the holy water. Attendance went up 40%. Cavities went down 16%.
Hello? Who? Oh, Mr. Nasser. Yes, I read your peace claim. From where I stand, if I close one eye, it don't look too bad.
Why I'm not fond of liver, by Henry Gibson. I'm not fond of liver because when you cut into it, it sounds like chalk squeaks. In addition, it is very sneaky and goes round dressed up as bacon and onions. But most of all, it looks unfriendly. Thinking of livers gives me the shivers.
All you guys on maneuvers at Fort Bragg, I love you. And I'm crazy about your maneuvers. So tonight, as you bivouac off in the wilds of North Carolina, think of old Pammy. Charge, soldiers.
I bet she does.
You know what I want you to do?
Uh-oh.
I want to throw a stick for my dog.
Oh, Goldie, well, that's very sweet of you, and you're very tan and everything, but I just don't like dogs.
Oh.
Thanks anyway.
Okay, well, then I'll throw it. Here, now you throw it.
Just for you. Just this once. You promise you won't make me do it again?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do it. Well, you see, he didn't bring it back.
Yeah, dogs know when people don't like them.
Thirsty now.
Knock.
West. Backwards sounds like
West.
Knock. Strip.
I bet she does.
What comes after doodle?
That's dandy. You're going to be late for the meeting, Mrs. Slosher. You'd better fly.
Pay attention, because tonight our Mod World looks at the art of salesmanship.
Oh, great. I just bought these 2 lovebirds.
Oh, you ran into a pet salesman, huh?
So did I. You know, I didn't know they were lovebirds until I put some vodka in their birdseed.
Turn them right on, huh?
I guess they're now making nude birdie movies for the Burbank Pet Shop in 4mm.
Birdie. Why didn't you use canaries? You can call them I Am Curious Yellow. How did that one sneak in there?
You know, I also have 17 cats and a 45-pound mouse.
Well, now, I never heard of a 45-pound mouse.
The mouse keeps bugging Rover, my giraffe.
You have a giraffe named Rover?
No, my giraffe's name is Omar Sharif. My cat's name is Rover.
You named your cat after your mother, huh?
Funny you should mention it. Rover Martin.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful mother.
Wonderful mother.
I have this whistle that nobody can hear but her. It's a whistle for mother's name Rover.
Mother's name Rover, yeah. Well, moving right along,
Don't you want me to tell you about my father, Omar Sharif?
Only if you don't want to.
Well, if you insist, then. He left my mother 2 years before I was born.
Yes.
I was just a kid at the time.
Yes, well, as the one with the mustache shed a minute ago. Tonight, our Mod World is going
Of course, Dad always liked Mother best.
You think it's easy working with him? A lot of laughs, just stand up here and talk, right? Looks easy? You ought to try to segue this doo-doo into the mod world of salesmanship sometime. There's a little bit more to it than just snapping your fingers.
I bought a book on how to resist salesmen. The guy sold it to me for $45.
Use sales psychology. Make housewife feel younger by asking if her mother's at home.
No.
Excuse me, young lady, is your mother at home?
No, and get your dirty Edsel out of my driveway.
Kids, America is fortunate to have so many superior salesmen. How else could we sell all those inferior products? Think about it.
The sales manual says be persistent. The manual says make a sale no matter what. The manual says keep trying. Lady, could I interest you in a knocker?
I love you! I got one!
The art of salesmanship is dependent upon available credit. Therefore, the new truth in lending law requiring absolute honesty is going to have quite an effect on the way loan companies conduct themselves.
Truth in lending? Why, that could screw up our whole economy. Please take the camera off me.
Yeah, Jim, that's how I feel about it. That's right, Jim. Uh-huh. That's right, Jim. Yes, that's right, Jim. Yes. All right, thank you.
Excuse me. I'd like to apply for a $1,000 loan, please.
You gotta be out of your mind. With the interest we charge, you can't afford to borrow money unless you're independently wealthy.
But the ad says the interest rate is only 9.5%.
That's 9.5% a week, which comes to over 40% a year.
Oh, that's pretty steep.
That's only the beginning. There are license fees, service fees, filing fees, mortgage fees, chattel fees, legal fees, all compounded monthly. Hey, you borrow money here for the rest of your life, and we got you by the installment plan.
Well, I guess there's only one thing left to do.
What's that?
This is a stick-up.
Say, that's a great slogan. Hey, a girl like you could really go places in the loan business.
You know, this is amazing. Excuse me, love. There you go. Did you put the kettle on?
Yeah,
Okay.
all ready for you.
Ha! Sidney Suckinjob from Nashville Trust and Insurance. You called me about a little insurance. Let's sit right down here on the couch and talk about this little problem now. Now, I have an insurance policy. Oh, this must be your lovely little wife.
Yeah, that's
oh, you beautiful little bundle of blonde beauty. Oh, you...
I did want to, I'll tell you something. I wanted to get some accident insurance.
Right here is the accident insurance that
Well,
I'm sure...
that's my wife. I'll just get the door.
Right.
Hold on a minute,
Right.
will you?
Well, listen,
Mr. Jones, there's absolutely no reason for me to lie to you. My name is Carbrew Hedges, and I'm from the Encyclopedia Company, and I'm going to sell you some encyclopedias.
Well, I must tell you...
Nope, you're not going to throw me out after you hear the kind of deal I can make you. No
I have
chance.
somebody here already with
yeah,
my
well,
wife.
that's all right. I'll talk to your wife, too. Excuse me. Madam, I don't mean to trade on fear, but the informed woman is the secure woman. Right here, I've got archery. Right? It explains the whole thing.
No, you see, I really could...
Name of what song?
I can't
Oh, I think that's Stardust.
Very simple, Tony.
10 free dance lessons, but I don't need 10 free dance
That's all right.
lessons.
I'll get it. You guys.
No,
Avon, Colleen! Are you the lady of the house? I'd like to show you some marvelous
yes, I know,
products
but
that
I
we
don't
have.
need any
Wait a minute,
dance
dance lessons? I can use dance lessons. I'll talk to them, you talk to her. Hello? Yes, I got a new wrong toenail and one bad leg, but I'll still use a mambo lesson. That's right.
How do? I'm demonstrating Andy's handy-dandy combo chopper slicing grater. See how this little magic works? Just look at this. Andy's handy-dandy chopper. Wait a minute.
Thank you. We've had enough. Thank you.
What do you mean, hour? 7-1.
Thank you. Thank you. We've had enough.
Here!
Will you get out of here? Thank you.
Wait, honey, didn't you want that
sample back?
Would you get? Oh, didn't you want that insurance salesman? Didn't you come?
Oh, the insurance. That's the one thing I want. Just a minute, love. Just a minute. Put the kettle on, will you? Put the kettle on.
Yes, it's on, dear. I told you.
Oh, my leg. I broke my leg.
Well, thank goodness we didn't order dance lessons.
The sales manual says, when selling these hairbrushes, be resourceful. Sir, could I interest you in a giant toothbrush?
A vacuum cleaner salesman came to my door, and I told him I had no use for a vacuum cleaner. So he sold me a dirty rug.
Oh, hi, Mr. Golden.
Who is it, Pussycat Tiger?
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Golden. It's your wife I wanted to see. I'll come back sometime when she's at home. Auditioning all these actors isn't easy, Carolyn. I think I'll have a cigarette.
Oh, no, Nathan. Now, I gave them up, and so can you.
Look, Carolyn, I gotta have a cigarette.
Oh, Nathan. Now, you know these things can kill you.
Oh, but Carolyn, look, I don't care. I'd die for a cigarette. I just need one little cigarette.
Nathan, stop it.
Come on, Carolyn.
Now, that's so
Let me have a
silly.
cigarette.
Nathan, that's just ridiculous of you.
Excuse me, but I'm here to audition for the commercial.
Oh, yes. Well, here. Now, you just read the script and be sincere. Remember, it's our job to sell cigarettes.
What makes it happen? Look at the people around you. Are you reflecting a smile on your face? Try it and it will astound you. You gotta laugh. Hey, you gotta laugh.
Or is it tsitsi, fly? Or is it flaw?
It's time for a quickie, a kicky little quickie, a tricky, kicky, tricky, just like Dan and Dickie tried to find. Oh. It might make you sicky, but don't be picky, picky, cause when things are getting sticky and your talk is getting ticky, try a quickie and you're gonna blow your mind.
Oh, the new kid has a pretty loud voice.
Try a quickie and you're gonna blow your mind.
You're not exactly Tiny Tim yourself.
You gonna blow your mind. You're gonna blow your... Come on, Joe, let's sing it.
Softly? Yeah, nice.
Try a quickie and you're gonna blow your Here's a quickie.
Hey, I have a message from the governor.
What'd he say?
He said, Happy New Year. Another biggie, folks.
Good morning, sir, good morning. How about a vacuum cleaner for your wife?
It's a deal.
And furthermore, this is a lousy restaurant. Your manners are atrocious. Just look at that suit. Pewy. Really atrocious. Dreadful. Terrible. Blech.
Waiter, waiter. I ordered a lobster. You brought me a crab.
Oh, son.
Oh, Mom. Mom.
My little boy.
Mom. Mom. I love you, Mom. I love you. Mom.
Oh, see you, Mom.
In the laboratory investigation of drug effects, no stone is left unturned, but sometimes problems do arise.
My dear, I'm worried about my marijuana experiments on mice.
I thought they were completed.
Oh, I was finished a month ago, but I couldn't get the mouse to stop.
Doctor, that's ridiculous.
Well, I tried to tell him, but he just wouldn't listen to me. Well, look, here he comes. He can tell you himself. Sheldon, come in here.
Sheldon?
Yes, he thinks he's Shelley Temple.
This is unheard of.
What's the matter, sweetie? Don't you dig Simons?
The worst part of it is he's even got the monkey.
Monkey, too?
If you guys are all through with me, I'm gonna have a few drinks with a guinea pig. Yeah? If I don't get there soon, they'll all be stoned out of their gourds.
High mice turned on monkeys, drunk guinea pigs. Is this any way to run a laboratory?
You keep out of this, you crazy rodent.
Me crazy? You're the one talking to the mouse!
I got some good news, and I got some bad news. First of all, I dreamt I was on a stage completely naked. That's the good news. Now for the bad news. I was riding shotgun at the time.
Well, folk, it's that time again when we award the Flying Fickle Finger of Fate Award.
And who gets the noxious knuckle now?
Listen to this one, folks. A small group of California legislators who, without public discussion, have been quietly planning a new 24-floor, twin-tower state capitol building.
Well, why worry about that? Somebody's bound to notice a thing like that in time.
Yes, and we hope they'll also notice that it started out as a $32.5 million project, and now it's up to $65 million.
Oh, double your pleasure, double your fun.
Yeah, for them, maybe. Now, the first model was scrapped when they found they had left out the underground parking, so they got another architect.
Aha! I'll bet this one's got a car, huh?
Now, the committee men have taken trips to a number of cities, and what's really weird, two California senators spent 23 days in Brazil and South America just to look at buildings after the second model was completely finished.
Well, who's gonna notice a couple extra nuts in Brazil?
And so, for allowing the whole project to get so completely out of hand that the state capitol building will cost California taxpayers almost $500,000 for each and every lawmaker's office, we salute the California legislators.
And give to that little group of penny-pinching politicians our coveted Flying Fickle Finger of Fate Award. And if you have any questions as to where to place it, ask any California taxpayer. I'm sure he can suggest an appropriate parking place.
Be sure and tune in next week, folk, when the Flying Fickle Finger of Fate or the wild and wonderful wayward winged weenie will wend its way to those wonderful wizards of ooze, whose constant offshore drilling has helped turn our California coastline into the slickest thing you've ever seen.
Are you sure Desi Arnaz started like this?
Well, I certainly enjoyed myself tonight. How about you?
Well, I guess so. You know, I'm ready now for a little skinny dipping.
Skinny dipping? Why, I didn't know you were a skinny dipper.
Sure, every night I go in swimming without anything on. Nothing at all. Makes me feel like a new man.
Really relaxes you, huh?
Well, I guess so. Till I climb up on the pier and try to borrow a towel in the restaurant.
Good night, folks. Glad you could be with us, and we'll see you next week.
Yep, we'll see you next week, unless you want to meet me at the beach in about an hour and bring your own towel.
Oh, I got you covered, Dick.
I certainly hope so.
Say good night, Dick.
Good night, Dick.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good
Dick.
night, Fred.
Good night, Dick.
I know, but
Good night, Dick.
you're glad.
Yes, Judy, is this a take?
Yes, this is it. What do you get if you cross an aardvark with an abalone?
I don't know, but it would certainly be listed first in the yellow pages. It's a take.
Hey, do you know cigarette manufacturers are going to stop manufacturing cigarettes?
Oh, really? What are they going to push now? Arthritis?
What is it, Pammy baby booty?
I fell asleep in the sun and burnt my whole left side. What should I do?
Well, I'd turn the other cheek.
I was writing shotgun back on page 394.
Hey, Dan.
Hello,
Dan,
Goldie.
hi. You know what? My little parakeet started talking.
No kidding. What did he say?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't understand parakeet.
And right! How do you clean a parakeet? Good. Is that another dirty parakeet joke?
No, it's a super weenie joke.
Hey, Davy.
Hey, Byron.
What's full of straw and wears a mask?
That's the Lone Manger.
Mickey. Are you there? Wait a minute. This is a tape, Mickey. A tape.
This is you knocking yourself out.
What, Judy?
This is me forgetting my joke. I wonder why electricians are always broke.
Oh, it's because they always, every day, get a little short.
Judy.
Here I am.
What did the chiropractor say to the girl with the bad knee?
What did the chiropractor say to the girl with the bad knee?
The chiropractor said to the girl with the bad knee, what's a rotten joint like this doing in a nice girl like you?
A rotten joke like that doing in a nice joke wall like this. Hey, Joanne.
Is that a dirty parakeet joke? Is this a take? Where am I?
Judy, Jeremy.
This is me. Where are you?
There's Jeremy.
Jeremy, it's the long black whip joke.
Oh, yes, and it's very funny, too.
You would have loved it.
There are a lot of S's in Mississippi.
Yes, but there are a lot of nice folks, too.
What is the best way for a lawyer to feel his briefs?
To file his brief.
Wait a minute. His briefs.
That's better.
Well, first
It's a take, artist. It's a take.
It's Pam's turn. Go ahead.
Wait a minute, Pam. Let him do it again.
It's a take.
Do it again.
Turn the cards back. What is the best way for a filer to fill his
A
briefs?
lawyer to file his briefs.
Wait a minute. To fill his...
What is the best way for a lawyer to file his brief?
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, first he should take them off.
Unless he's riding shotgun on page 3. Hey, Goldie. Goldie. I understand you got a parakeet.
We did this.
Oh! Now, what seems to be the problem, Miss Breckenridge?
I don't think I'll drink again today.
The preceding show was pre-recorded earlier to allow the producer time to buy the writing staff a new box of Crayolas.
Very interesting, but not half as much fun as a May Wine Festival. Especially when May brings the bottle. Dummy, you. Good night, Lucy. I forgive you. I'm coming, May. Also, I'm coming, June.